Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inside Talk Show. I'm Carla Elizondo. We are starting a brand new book today. We're going to read the whole thing all the way through. It's Neville Goddard, Feeling is the Secret. That's the book we're reading. We're going to dive right in. So the foreword. This book is concerned with the art of realizing your desire. It gives you an account of the mechanism used in the production of the visible world. It is a small book, but it's not slight. There is a treasure in it, a clearly defined road to the realization of your dreams. Were it possible to carry conviction to another means of reasoned arguments and detailed instances, this book would be many times its size. It is seldom possible, however, to do so by means of written statements or arguments, since to the suspended judgment, it always seems plausible to say that the author was dishonest or deluded, and therefore his evidence was tainted. Consequently, I have purposely omitted all arguments and testimonials and simply challenge the open-minded reader to practice the law of consciousness as revealed in this book. Personal success will prove far more convincing than all the books that could be written on the subject. Basically, he's saying this book is small but mighty. It could have been a lot bigger if he added all of the, arguments and testimonies. But when people read books with a lot of arguments and testimonies, they say, well, yeah, sure, he just put those in there to prove his point. Are they even true? So he goes, you know what? I left them all out. I'm just leaving it up to you. Open your mind, soak this all in, and really just enjoy it, okay? Chapter 1, The Law and Its Operation. The world and all within it is man's conditioned consciousness objectified. Let me just open that up. I mean, he uses the word man for human, right? But the world and all within it is our conditioned consciousness objectified. Consciousness is the cause as well as the substance of the entire world. So it is to consciousness that we must turn if we would discover the secret of creation. Knowledge of the law of consciousness and the method of operating this law will enable you to accomplish all that you would desire in life. Armed with a working knowledge of this law, you can build and maintain an ideal world. And remember, we all live in our own world. It's truly the world behind our eye, the inner world that is just projected outside to the 3D, physical, material world. Don't believe me? Keep listening. Consciousness is the one and only reality, not figuratively, but actually. This reality may, for the sake of clarity, be likened unto a stream which is divided into two parts, the conscious and the subconscious. Here we go with the stick figure. We're all very familiar with, we use this, remember, we think in images. And when we're talking about the mind, usually we picture the brain. The brain is not the mind. So this is what we use to create a picture of the mind, because there is not one. The mind is limitless. The mind is energy. The mind is everywhere. Okay. So this is the conscious. This is the subconscious body. These are our outside world results. These little 5 antennas on top are our senses, 5 senses: see, hear, smell, taste, touch. These arrows going in are just energy always pouring into us, the thing that keeps us alive, the energy that's just keeping this machine running that we can't see. Okay. So it says, so it's divided into two parts, the conscious and the subconscious. In order to intelligently operate the law of consciousness, it is necessary to understand the relationship between the conscious and the subconscious. So we say the conscious is our thinking mind, where we get ideas. It's our thinking mind. These are thoughts and ideas. The subconscious is our feeling mind, where our heart of hearts is. The ancient Greeks called the psyche the study of the soul, or the psyche, the soul and the heart. Psychology means the study of the soul or the spirit. So in all the good books, or any really personal development, here, this is where our emotions are in our subconscious mind. Our heart of hearts that runs the emotions in us is not the beating sack of tissue in our chest. It's inside our minds. And like I say, I point to the mind, but the mind is everywhere. But for this teaching, for our image to understand our mind, we'll just say this big old dome is our head. Top part conscious, bottom part subconscious. So it says, in order to intelligently operate the law of consciousness, it's necessary to understand the relationship between the conscious and the subconscious. So the conscious is personal and selective. We can choose whatever we want to think. We got the free will. We can choose whatever we want to think, reject it, kick it out, or accept it, keep it in there. So the conscious is personal and selective, but the subconscious is impersonal and non-selective. It's non-selective. How many times have you literally said in your life, I do not know why, it makes no sense logically, it makes no sense, but I love this person, but I want this, I feel for this, even when it's bad. That's where, when we're emotionally involved in an addiction, we know the results are bad, but we are so emotionally involved with the constant hit. We're addicted to the emotion that it brings us. We're addicted. And that doesn't, it could be chocolate, it could be drugs, alcohol, sex, social media. We get a hit. And it doesn't mean it's a good hit, but it's comfort and we're used to it. I'm getting really off topic, but here we go. Okay. So the conscious, okay, so this part is selective, this is non-selective. The conscious is the realm of effect. The conscious is the realm of effect. The subconscious is the realm of cause. Cause meaning everything that happens here, this is the cause of what happens out here. First cause. Anything we do, the effects of our actions is a result of the cause of our emotions. Anything we do in life, anything, no matter if we desire a coffee, something specific for lunch or breakfast, to travel somewhere, to get a certain job, to study a certain topic, we want to. We're emotionally involved in it. That's what spurs and moves our action. Cognitive behavioral therapy, the study of our thoughts, emotions lead to action. Then we have more thoughts, more emotion, action. It's the cycle that goes. You don't do anything in life. Nothing motivates you. You don't do anything unless there's an emotion attached to it. Let's think about it. No, I'm not feeling it. I'm not doing that. My heart's not in it. We literally don't do it. If our heart's not in it, our emotions really, because remember, you can be very mad and angry and go punch someone in the face. That's not good. But it's your emotion and it's going to cause you to do that. When you're raging and anger, road rage, you flip someone off, your emotions cause you to act in a certain way. If you love someone so much, you just hold them, your puppy, your dog, you love them so much, you take action. So whatever the emotion is, whatever your heart is involved in, good or bad, we take action. And if you ever question, what am I feeling? What's going on in my subconscious mind? Carla, I don't know what's up there. Look around you. What's happening in your life? It's a direct reflection of what's going on here. So this is personal, impersonal, effect, cause, and then really effect again. It says the two aspects are male and female, yin and yang. Look, we are just as much a part of nature as a plant, a tree, an animal. We are nature. We think we are, because we were given higher faculties to be able to be the apex creature, but we cannot forget that we have to obey certain laws of this physical realm, because at the end of the day, we are animals, you know? But what makes us a higher species is our intellectual factors. We have perception, the will, reason, imagination, intuition, and memory. Animals don't have those higher faculties. They have instinct, period, and it works perfectly. They have instinct. Our intuition is the closest to instinct. It kind of makes us, our feelers. But animals have perfect instinct. They don't question. They hear something, they sense an animal, a predator coming, then I go, was that just the back door closing? No, they know it and they run right away. Us, on the other hand, we don't always trust our intuition. We stick around. We get burned sometimes. We go into things when we know it wasn't quite feeling right. That's why we must exercise our intellectual factors, our intellectual faculties, our higher faculties. They're given us so we can live the most amazing lives. Neville really focuses on imagination. So, right. So the consciousness is the male. That was my whole point. Male, female, yin, yang. What happens in nature happens in us. Just like the seed is the masculine, the soil is the feminine. The seed implants the soil and then things grow. The sperm implants the egg, life begins. Our thoughts impregnate the subconscious. Conscious thought impregnates the subconscious field, then is birthed things. Remember, this was an idea first. This brilliant computer that now is held in my hand that gives me so much information was a thought, emotionally involved, then now it's a thing on this earth. This was first a thought. This first just existed in the imagination of Steve Jobs and the people at Apple. But now I'm holding it and I'm using it and it's brilliant. So this is the masculine, this is the feminine. Thought impregnates subconscious and then it's birthed to results. So the consciousness is the male, the subconscious is the female. The conscious generates ideas, and the conscious generates ideas and impresses ideas to the subconscious. The subconscious receives, puts it into the heart, the ideas, and gives form and expression to them. When it's here, it's gonna be here. When you are emotionally involved in something, good or bad, you will see results in your life on all different levels. It doesn't have to be some great big drama. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's minimal. So by this whole law that the conscious impregnates the subconscious and then we get our results, by this law, first conceiving an idea and then impressing the idea conceived to the subconscious, all things evolve out of the consciousness. And without this sequence, there is nothing. There's not anything made that was made. That's how everything gets made. Look around you. I don't know where you're at. Look around you. Everything that you see with your eyeballs was first in the unseen realm. If you're looking at a tree, it was first a seed. You couldn't see the tree. The tree existed within the seed. The acorn, an oak tree. The eggs right now in my ovaries, to get graphic. Potentiality, human beings are in there. We can't see them. You are a potentiality. You were in the unseen. I was in the unseen. Before, now I'm here talking and fully animated, full of energy, evolving always, aging. The process is the same that we can see on earth: life, death, birth cycles, the seasons, growth of any kind, a seed, a whole garden, everything. As without, so within. Same with our minds. Anything you can see was first in the unseen realm. We cannot accept just the seen world. It might be really hard to accept that there's stuff we can't see. We really got to humble up and understand we don't know it all. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not true. The absence of evidence is not evidence of its absence. That's from U Squared, Price Pritchett. Love that. So the absence of evidence, I don't see it, I don't believe it, no, is not the evidence that of its absence that doesn't exist. Until you believe something, and that's the whole game, right? If you don't want to believe it, fine. But you will live your life by those rules. If you don't believe it, you will never see it. If you don't believe it, you will never see it. And that can go both ways. Like, I don't believe in spirits and ghosts. I never see them. People that do, they see them. That's a simple example. I have no interest. It's like, I don't believe in, and I meant, I hope you know what I meant. Because I do believe that there's energies and spirits around us all the time. I just, in the superstitious, like out of our control, trying to attack us way. But anyways, I think you know what I meant. It's usually for the negative. That's what I meant. People believe in things, and isn't that the truth? People believe with such conviction in the negative things that they can't see. They believe in evil, and which evil is real. Evil is real. It's just and it's from us, right? Energy just is, and it's impersonal. We are the vessels which it comes through. Some people truly have a very distorted, perverse filter with which things present that cause a lot of harm and havoc, and then we call it evil because it's dark. It's dark energy. That's another way to put it. There's many, semantics here. But this is big, This is really big. This is such a good, dense book. I'm already off on so many tangents and I'm way over time. Okay. I'll just end it with this. So without this sequence, there's not anything made that is made. The conscious impresses the subconscious, while the subconscious expresses all that is impressed on it. Anything you have in your subconscious will be expressed. What's going on in your subconscious? I'll tell you how to figure it out. What are you feeling? What are you feeling in your body right now? Is it serenity and peace? Or is it anxiety and fear and worry? And I don't even have to ask what you're seeing around you, depending on the state you're in. Do not let the outside world dictate how you feel inside. We cannot afford this anymore. It's been way too long. We cannot live from the outside in, meaning seeing what's going on, see, hear, smell, taste, touch with our 5 senses, our physical body, and letting that affect us. That means we're a victim to circumstance. Does it mean denying what I'm seeing in front of my eyes? No, but it means I'm choosing what I'm going to get emotionally involved in. We have to live from the inside out, meaning I remain at peace and serene no matter what's going on outside of me. It's not a denial of what's going on, but I am going to move from a state of peace. So let me ask you this. When there is chaos and outrage in the streets, when one person who's living from the outside in approaches that space, looking at the chaos and being totally ravaged inside, are they going to add? Are they going to help or hinder solution? Are they going to bring more problems or more solution? Well, I'll tell you, more problems, because they are adding, they're matching that frequency of chaos and turmoil, and they're just adding to it. There. You're outraged at the crazy stuff. If you come outraged to it, you think you're helping, you're not. Please stay home. If you are at peace and you approach this outrage crowd that's really happening, and you are at peace amidst this, and you can really control to stay at peace, you are going to alchemize that. It's like alkaline water. I don't know how you pronounce that, but whatever. You can diffuse it with your energy. And if more people were like that, that darkness, that anger, solutions will be brought to it. But, a bad situation met by anger and frustration will not fix it. A bad situation met by peace, serenity, calm will. I don't know how else to explain it. And it's hard, and I'm not saying I'm a master by any means. It's daily work. It's rough on the streets out there, people, I know. But we have to it's first here. Stop trying to run out and fix everybody else. That's not where the problem is. The only problem and the only solution lies right behind these peepers. Get your mind right first. Put your mask on first, then you can help everybody. And I don't mean stay at home and meditate and go run away to the woods and leave everyone hanging. I mean, do your work daily and then go out in the world simultaneously. You're not going to be perfect and then you're going to be ready. You're already ready. But you got to do the work. Do the work to be at peace and then go out. One of my mentors says, we're mystics out of monasteries now. You know, mystics and you know, monks and nuns and all these people that used to stay behind the walls in their convents and their monasteries and up in the Himalayas praying. Of course, there's still those people. But all of our consciousness, a wider range of our global consciousness is being, this is pop now, pop culture, which is beautiful. Everybody's awakening. Thank God for the, you know, internet. We're all connected, so connected. Let's use it as a positive tool to learn, to grow, and to be mystics out of monasteries. We're busting out of the walls. We're in the real world. Let's diffuse the dark or the negative or the low energy. And remember, energy just is. God's impersonal. The universe is impersonal. God just is. We, through our filter, give it either a low or a high energy. There's a great book by Dr. David Hawkins, I believe. It's called Power versus Force. Dr. Wayne Dyer talks a lot about this, about energy isn't good or evil, not good or bad, just low or high. Low or high. Low levels of energy, that's considered dark. Hello, darkness, absence of light. Low energy, dense, heavy, or high light, bright. You can tell when you go around someone what energy level, either high or low. And when we're around someone who has a low, dark, dense energy, that's breeding grounds for what we call evil or negative. It's dense, heavy, dark. We can feel it. Our spidey senses go up when we're around that energy, or even in a building or a place or a street. Our guts tell us. It's very different to be on a dark alley than in a bright beach, right? It's like energy just is high or low, but we call it light or dark or evil or good, whatever. That was rich. I hope you followed me. Lots of tangents, but this is just so good. Neville Goddard, Feeling is a Secret. That was literally just the first page. We'll continue. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. As always, if you have any questions, message me. My link is in my bio. Free calls, free consultations. I'm so happy to meet you, answer any questions you have, help with anything you're navigating through. I'm here for you. Have a wonderful week.